Alright, y'all. Sad day today. Matter of fact, hold up. Let's talk about it. What's up, YouTube? This your guy Walker, and I'm here to bring you the latest in pop culture news. Alright, y'all. Sad day today. Bob Saget. Bob Saget. I don't think you heard me. Bob Saget. Bob Saget was found dead today in his hotel at the Ritz-Carlton. Check out this news article from CNN. Earlier today, deputies were called to the Ritz-Carlton, Orlando, Grand Lakes for a call about an unresponsive man in a hotel room. The man was identified as Robert Saget, pronounced deceased on scene. Detectives found no signs of foul play or drug use in this case. The sheriff's statement read, "Also, the cause of death hasn't been determined but will be determined by the medical examiner." Saget was in Florida as part of his comedy tour. According to the tour dates pinned to his Twitter account, he performed Saturday night at Ponte Vedra in Florida Beach. And also on his Twitter, he tweeted, "Love tonight's show at the PV Concert Hall in Jacksonville. Appreciative audience. Thanks again to the Real Time Wilkins for opening. I had no idea I had a 2-hour set tonight. I'm happily addicted to this ish. Check bobsaget.com for my dates in 2022. Yeah, so this is really crazy, shocking. Like, I can't even believe it. Now, Uncle Jesse. For those of you who watch the 90s show Full House, you guys know who Uncle Jesse is. Everybody know who Uncle Jesse is. But Uncle Jesse, aka John Stamos, his co-star in the TV show Full House, he had this to say on his Twitter. "I am broken. I am gutted. I am in complete utter shock. I will never ever have another friend like him. I love you so much, Bobby." Yeah, so you just heard what Uncle Jesse had to say. He's shocked just like the rest of us. Like, I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. But for those of you who don't know who Bob Saget is, Bob Saget is a comedian, an actor, and television host. He played Danny Tanner in the hit TV show Full House. And he played that role in the early 90s, back when I was a kid. Then recently in 2016, he got called back to reboot the hit TV show Full House, and they renamed it Fuller House. He also was a television host for the hit TV show America's Funniest Home Videos. I used to watch that show as a kid. I loved the show. I thought it was super funny back then. But looking back at that moment and just reflecting back on that TV show as a kid, that TV show was ahead of its time. Like, a lot of the stuff that trends on social media now, that's what they were doing in that TV show. Pretty much showed like quick stories of different funny things that went on at home, and I guess you could say quick memes, quick funny memes that we all retweet, repost nowadays. You know, that's kind of interesting to think back on. That show is basically what we do today, except we don't watch it on TV. We watch it right from our phone on social media through a social media app. So, you know, that's interesting and funny. So I guess you can kind of say he pioneered the idea, maybe. I don't know if that's too far-fetched to say, but yeah, but my thoughts on the whole situation, I'm shocked. I can't believe it. Like, I didn't even expect to see this pop up on my phone. Like, the alert came straight to my phone. I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. It kind of really hit home for me. He was, I guess you could say, another one of America's coolest dads from the early 90s. Like many of the dads from the early 90s on the hit TV shows, like Tim the Toolman Taylor from Home Improvement, Dan Connor from the TV show Roseanne, Uncle Phil from The Fresh Prince, Carl Winslow from Family Matters. All of those dads I mentioned was from the early 90s. And rest in peace to Uncle Phil for sure. All those TV shows came on when I was a kid, so you know, it definitely hit home for me. So yes, rest in peace to Bob Saget. I'm lost for words. Like, I still can't believe it. Like I said, he's part of one of the coolest dads clubs from the early 90s, from all the guys I've mentioned. He'll forever be a part of that legacy for me. You know, I'll never forget his impact. So I have more bad news. So we have another icon who passed away on Sunday. This time, this icon is from the music world. He goes by the name of James Mtume. Now, I'm personally not that familiar with him, but I'm definitely familiar with his music, and I'm sure a lot of you are too. James Mtume was a jazz and R&B musician, songwriter and record producer, activist and radio personality. James Mtume passed away this past Sunday at the age of 76. At this time, there's no reason for the cause of death given, but everyone is in shock. And when I did my research and I found out exactly who he was, I was in shock as well. I became in shock because the music that he produced, iconic. Just to give a little history on him, check out this article from All Hip Hop. Mtume rose to national prominence in 1983 with his #1 hit song, Juicy Fruit. The song was eventually reworked by the Notorious B.I.G. for his debut single, Juicy. Over 10 years later, in 1994, Mtume's underlying track helped power Biggie's song, which was named the greatest hip-hop song of all time by a panel of music experts gathered by the BBC. Mtume also released 5 albums between 1978 and 1986, but the classic LP Juicy Fruit, which earned them recognition and eventually sold over 500,000 copies. As a producer, James Mtume also wrote smash songs for other singers. His pen churned out hits like Never Knew Love Like This Before by Stephanie Mills and The Closer I Get to You by Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. Never Knew Love Like This Before by Stephanie Mills. I remember that song growing up as a kid. My grandmother, my mother, they played all the old school joints, so I remember. And The Closer I Get to You, that song has been covered a few times. I'm pretty sure you guys are hip to Beyonce's cover version with her and Luther Vandross. If you haven't, it's on her first solo album, Dangerously in Love. That song is timeless. It never gets old. And then Mtume's hit song, Juicy Fruit, which was sampled by Biggie Smalls. That's another one that's been sampled over and over and over from people like Tamar Braxton and The One. And then Keisha Cole, she sampled the song from her hit song called Let It Go. Who else? Oh yeah, and recently in Neo's new song called You to Love, featuring Jeremiah. That song's fire. That's one of my favorite R&B songs. That song came out last year, but that song is fire to me. So that was sampled by Juicy Fruit. That song has been sampled by a whole bunch of other artists. I just can't think of them right now, but I have heard it. But it's crazy. I couldn't believe it, especially doing my research and finding out the history behind that man. I'm just like, wow, like our icons are just leaving. Like 2022 starting off with like, yikes, with a bang, low key. So far, so rest in peace Mtume. Like, definitely a legend. If you don't know his name, you definitely know his hits. Okay, so I want to switch gears to a bit of a lighter note. Kind of bring our spirits up with this one. Jaheim and Usher. I can't believe it. This is funny. Alright. Before I get into it, check out this post from the Shade Room. Jaheim posts, "Let's settle this once and for all. Someone set it up. Let's move all pawns out the way. King, move. But if you are scared, I'll just say checkmate. I will give Usher 1 month to step up. Nothing personal. He's one of the best. Respectfully, I'm with all the smoke. You know the fans can make this happen immediately. I'm so serious. Jay is ready." Alright, and you see that comment that Tank left down there. I'm gonna read that too. Check it out. "You talking about Usher? Confessions Usher? Yeah, Usher. Diamond sales on 1 album alone, Usher. Sold out residency in Vegas, Usher. One of the best to ever do it, Usher. Good luck." So there you heard it right there. Alright, so my thoughts. Jaheim, man, no, man. No. Now, I'm a fan of Jaheim's. I love Jaheim's music. But yo, this is not a good match. I personally would put Jaheim up against, and these are great artists too, don't get me wrong. These are great artists, like phenomenal. I don't even say great, phenomenal. Words can't even explain. These are great artists, like they're on his level. So I would have Jaheim go up against Music Soul Child, Joe, Avant, maybe even Bobby Valentino. Artists like that. They got the albums to back them up. And those artists I mentioned, they got a nice discography. They do. Especially Avant. Avant would probably be the one. But going against Usher, Usher's in his own league, in my opinion. Just in my opinion. Put it down in the comment section who you think Usher can go against, who you think he should, and put in the comments who you think Jaheim should go against. So those are my thoughts on the whole situation with Usher and Jaheim. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up for me, and don't forget to share and subscribe. This is your guy Walker, and I am out.